Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome to the Elida Fieldhouse, where tonight we've got the championship game from the district finals for Division IV high school basketball. We are here for the Delphos St. Blue Jays and the Fort Jennings Musketeers. Seems like we were just here a couple of days ago, but this is a rematch from last year. The Blue Jays coming to the ball game tonight. They are 12-10 on the season, and the Fort Jennings Musketeers, they check in at 19-3. My name is Carl Metzger. Alongside me, Scott Stiles, and Hall of Fame coach Bob Arnzen, as our pregame show is being brought to you by our good friends at Mike Pruitt Ford, where you'll discover for yourself that nobody beats a Mike Pruitt deal. Nobody. Well, Bob, this place is loud already. Fans are fired up. A rematch from last year when the Fort Jennings Musketeers knocked off the Delphos St. John Blue Jays. Last night, Ray Etzler and I had a chance to do the Wayne Trace LCC game, and we had John Von Sossen on at halftime. And John said last year when they defeated Delphos St. John's, it was like a major loss for the Blue Jays. Is it the same feeling again this year if they would lose to Fort Jennings?
Every loss that the Blue Jays have is a major loss. I don't think any one is bigger than the other. The hardest losses you have are the ones the further you go in a tournament. The easiest one is probably the first game of the tournament. You get to the second and third, you get to this round right here, and you're that much closer to the state tournament, so that's what makes it a real hard loss.
What's different about this year, Bob? I know the Fort Jennings not with a big man this year, but how are these two teams going to match up in comparison to the way it was last year?
Well, last year, Fort Jennings had one big guy. They called him a big guy. But when they say they don't have any size right now, they're not telling the high size, they're talking the beef size.
Right.
They got two 6'3" boys going out on that floor, and both of them can flat out play basketball. I'd like to get into a couple other things, Carl. Tonight, I think we got two contrasting teams playing out here. St. John's is a great big body team who plays a tremendous defense. We got Fort Jennings, on the other hand, much thinner bodies who run the court really well and spread out and play a great one-on-one offense. They're hard to guard. Fort Jennings has one of the best point guards in this area. Kyle Liebrecht is second to none. They got probably the best penetrating guard in the area, and Kevin Groothouse penetrates, shoots a three. Matt Metzger may be better than both of them because he plays all over the court. He'll hit the three, he'll post up, he'll take you one-on-one. On the other hand, the Blue Jays are led by Rocky Klaus. My opinion, how Rocky goes, that's the way the Blue Jays are going. I think without a doubt, he's the hardest working ball player and maybe one of the best in this whole area. It looks like the Blue Jays have found their shooting touch. They've hit over 50% the last three games. They need that tonight to play with Fort Jennings. I think we're going to see an absolutely great basketball game. Let's just bring her on.
Scott Stiles usually down on the sidelines during high school football. This is kind of like a football game because it's going to be real loud. You're going to be real close to these fans. Now, usually, we're down here by the Blue Jay fans. We're down by Fort Jennings tonight. They're pretty pumped, too.
Yeah, they are. You know, they have a lot of tradition, a lot of pride, and they come into this game expecting to win, and they want to win, but you can't count out those Blue Jays. These guys have played in a lot of state championship games, football and basketball, and they're ready tonight as well.
And the winner is going to advance to the regionals at the University of Toledo. Pre-game show brought to you by our good friends at Mike Pruitt Ford, where you'll discover for yourself that nobody beats a Mike Pruitt deal. Nobody. Coming up next, we've got our starting lineup, so also we'll check out Mike Pruitt's keys to the game. We'll do all that right after these very important words on Fox. Stay with us. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to the Elida Fieldhouse. We are getting ready for the district championship game, Division IV high school basketball between the Fort Jennings Musketeers under head coach John Von Sossen in his 14th year as head coach, and the Delphos St. John Blue Jays and head coach Brett Norris in his 6th season. Right now, they are announcing the non-starters for both squads. Let's check out, first of all, the Fort Jennings Musketeers. Non-starters, Adam Gosser, who is a junior, Sam Young, a sophomore, Mark Bamer, senior, Tony Grotehouse, a junior, Jesse Ricker, a junior, Zach Weber, a sophomore, and Brandon Norbeck, a sophomore as well. For the Delphos St. John Blue Jays, their non-starters, Brian Clark, a freshman, and Nate Klaus, a freshman. Jeff Klaus, a senior. Scott McCormick, a senior. Craig Hershey, a junior. Joe Kapkar, a junior. And Randy Grotehouse, a junior as well for Delphos St. John's. The Blue Jays come into the ball game 12-10. They finished up MAC action with a record of 2-6. Fort Jennings, they come in at 19-3. They finished up in second place in the Putnam County League with a record of 6-1. Last year, the Fort Jennings Musketeers, regional finalists, lost to Edgerton and Coach Steve Lamberson last year. They were 21-1 when they played the Blue Jays last year. St. John's was 16-7. Time to check out our starters now. Delphos St. John's, Doug Martz, number 20, a 6-foot senior, averaging 5 points a game. The other guard is Jeff Fisher, number 22, a 5'10 senior, averaging 4. Rocky Klaus, leading scorer, 6'3" senior, number 32, averages 16 points a game. John Odenweller, number 24, a 6'2 senior. John averages 5, and rounding out the starting 5 for Delphos St. John's, Ryan Morris, number 54, a 6'4" senior, averaging 5 points a game. For the Fort Jennings Musketeers, Kyle Liebrecht, number 14, a 5'10 senior, averaging a dozen. Kevin Grotehouse, in fact, all their starters average in double figures. Kevin Grotehouse averages 18. He's number 20, 5'11 senior. Scott Gosser, number 32, a 6'1 senior, averaging 11. Matt Metzger, averaging 17 a game. He's number 22, a 6'3 junior. And rounding out the starting 5, number 42, 6'3 senior, Aaron Utrup. And Aaron is averaging 10 points a game. Fort Jennings averages 71. They give up 54. The Blue Jays average 57. They give up 52. Time now to check out our keys to this high school basketball game. A guy who coached for 43 years for the Delphos St. John Blue Jays, Hall of Fame coach, Bob Arnsley.
Thank you, Carl. Keys for the Blue Jays. They got to continue to run. Their shooting percentage has improved drastically since they're a running team. Secondly, they got to play their usual good defense. This makes it difficult for a team to run its offense. For Fort Jennings, they got to use their quickness. They got to make it a 94-foot game. That is, they got to press and they got to run. Secondly, they got to spread their offense and drive to the basket. This means try to make it a one-on-one basketball game.
Thank you, Bob. Those are our keys, brought to you by Mike Pruitt Ford, where you'll discover for yourself that nobody beats a Mike Pruitt deal. Nobody. The fans are ready, that's for sure, guys. This place is pumped, and we are packed. Let's get it on. We've got 3 officials ready to get this one going. Let's go. Matt Metzger at 6'3". Ryan Morris for the Blue Jays at 6'4". Tip will be controlled by Fort Jennings. Watch them because they can shoot from the outside, Bob.
They can put it up, boy. They're good shooters.
All starters averaging double figures. Look at this, a layup for Metzger. The Fort Jennings Musketeers will strike first.
That's spreading the offense and going one-on-one. That's Fort Jennings basketball.
How about the defense for the Musketeers, Coach?
They're starting out in the man-to-man defense.
Odenweller gets it back out to Fisher. Fisher to Martz. Martz was our player of the game last time we saw the Blue Jays. As that one's tipped up in the air, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with St. John's. How about our officials, Coach?
I don't know where these 3 fellows are from, Carl, but they have to be highly rated to get a district finals. Mark Riley to our left out here. Davey Briscoe is down to the basket, and Greg Marquette out of Toledo is out on the opposite side as us.
Shot by Odenweller is good. Now, is that Greg or Jim?
This is Greg Odenweller.
You mean Marquette?
Marquette. Odenweller got the basket.
2-2. Tied up on the lone zone scoreboard. Kyle Liebrecht, outstanding point guard, gives it up, and there's a traveling violation. Going to be whistled against the Musketeers. Turnover. Got some big games coming up. Tomorrow, we're going to be up at Toledo to watch Lima Senior and Mansfield Senior. You called that one, Coach. That would be a great matchup.
I think it's going to be a run up and down a game, about 90 to 80.
How much did Mansfield get taken out by going double overtime?
I don't think anything. I think the juices will flow.
Rocky Klaus's shot was blocked. Look at this, coast to coast. Wow, Liebrecht.
This is a start that Fort Jennings hope they get.
4-2 on the lone zone scoreboard. Jennings on top. This is Odenweller. Down low to Morris. They pop it back to Martz to Fisher. Down to Morris. Spin. Got it. Ryan Morris.
I look to see that a lot tonight, Carl. The big guy stepping up for Delphos.
You can see the way they're spread out here that they're going to use a guy inside. If it's not going to be Ryan Martz, it's going to be Rocky.
Liebrecht. Get the basketball over to Aaron Utrip. Aaron looking down low. Instead goes back out to Liebrecht behind the back, puts up the shot, and he misses the layup. Metzger rebounds, fakes, puts it up, and it's blocked. Outside shot for three. No, they're going to call it a two inside the arc. 6-4 our score. Give that one to Aaron Utrip.
Good ball handling, Fort Jennings.
Doug Martz with the basketball. Knocked away, he gets it back. Down to Rocky, down to Morris. Mismatch, got it. Ryan Morris at 6'4", coach, guarded there by Kyle Liebrecht.
Boy, it looks like the game plan of the Blue Jays is to put it inside.
Here comes Rocky Klaus off the glass. St. John's takes the lead, 8-6.
That's a mistake that Fort Jennings or neither team can afford to make. That's uncaused error.
Liebrecht has to go out of bounds. What a rivalry we have here. These two towns separated by just a couple of miles. And a rematch from last year when Fort Jennings knocked out Delphos St. John's.
Both teams are going to find themselves. When you start out a game like this, you're ready to play.
Kevin Grodhouse is stripped. That's turnover number 3. Here come the Blue Jays, up by 2. They knocked off Lima Temple Christian to get here, and Fort Jennings knocked off Lima Perry. Rocky Klaus travels, turnover Jays. That is their first turnover of the ball game.
You know, when you've got 2 easy baskets like the Blue Jays have got, sticking it inside, you ought to be looking more inside, trying to hit that inside guy and get another easy basket.
Yeah, don't go away from it.
8-6, St. John's on top. We're down to 4:32 remaining in this first quarter. Jennings Metzger with a basketball. Baseline move, stripped away. Turnover number 4 against Jennings. Here comes Fisher. Fisher puts his move on. Dishes it off to Rocky. Rocky Klaus gets 2 more. It's 10-6.
I'm not sure which guy that pass was for. Ryan Morris was standing right there with him.
He finished it outside. Yeah. Got it. Scott Gosser, who was on fire against Lima Prairie, has his first 3.
Both teams shooting excellent from the field. They've only missed 1 shot. 4 out of 5 for Jennings, 5 out of 6 for the Jays.
We're not going to say much about the defense right now, are we?
St. John's on top, 10-9. Jeff Fisher with the basketball goes to Ryan Morris, to Odenweller, to Martz. Baseline Martz, and he throws it away almost. Fisher did a nice job of getting it back. Rocky fakes the 3, takes it in, and lays it in. Rocky Klaus has 6 of the 12 Blue Jay points.
Good ball fake by Rocky that time to get defensive man off his feet.
Utrip to Liebrecht, who does a fall-away shot, and then we have a traveling violation. Tomorrow night on Fox, we'll have the Blue Jay girls who will be playing in the regional championship right here with a chance to go to state. They'll be taking on the Holgate Tigers. That game, by the way, is going to be replayed on Sunday at 4:30. Traveling violation.
Oh, boy. How many turnovers do we have now? 5 for Fort Jennings?
That's correct. 2 for the Jays.
2 for the Jays.
You know, Bob, what I've noticed, the guards for Delphos are really doing a good job of stripping the ball from behind. Has caused some of those turnovers.
And sometimes that's because they got beat one-on-one and they're fighting for their life.
Hershey's foot's on the line, and he misses the shot and rebound. Metzger. Matt Metzger, the 6'3 junior.
Great box out on Klaus.
He still has it. Double team, gets rid of it. Liebrecht. Look at the defense by the Jays all over these guards.
Fort Jennings is playing over the speed limit right now. They're going too quick down on offense.
Just remember, you can be quick, Bob.
Yeah.
Don't be in a hurry.
Yeah, they're in a hurry right now down in there.
Substitution, Martz comes out, and Hershey's in. Craig, the 6-foot junior. He averages 10, and also Scott McCormick comes in. Morris sits down.
You got to remember, Jennings also has a secret weapon in there. Number 32 had an excellent game, Scott Gosser.
He's averaging 11 points a game, but he came out blazing against Lima Perry.
They can't ignore him.
And he got a big three already tonight.
Liebrecht gets it into Gosser. Gosser down on the block to Metzger. And he puts it up and misses the shot. Rebound, Matt puts it up and in. You know, Matt Metzger at 6'3", he gets a little bulk on him, Bob, and he'd be tough, real tough down low.
The thing that's hard about guarding him, he plays inside or outside,
right,
and he's quick enough for either spot.
12-11, St. John's on top. This is Odenweller to Fisher. Fisher puts up one finger.
Here's a move you don't see too often for the Blue Jays. Rocky Klaus is a pivot man right now.
Hershey. Craig Hershey has his first 3 points, and it's 15-11. And we got a foul against St. John's.
That's only the second foul in the entire ballgame. The officials are doing an excellent job of not controlling the game and letting the guys decide it on the court.
I'd like to thank Underfirth Manufacturing, the Advantage Hair Design in Delphos, the Carriage Inn in Delphos. We'd like to thank Sandy and Craig and the whole gang at the Carriage Inn providing us with some delicious food for the game.
Oh boy, was that excellent.
Wings and tacos and wow. Uh-oh, Metzger, no, it was in and came out. Here come the Jays. They lead by 4. Got into the ball game now, the freshman, Nate Klaus, number 14, 5'10".
He's a ball player for a freshman.
Got a couple freshmen. Brian Clark we'll see here pretty soon too, I'm sure. And there's a traveling violation against Odenweller. That's the 3rd against Delphos St. John's. The All-Northwest All-District boys and girls basketball teams were announced today. We'll let you know about these 2 teams here, who made it. A lot of good players in this district. 15-11, Liebrecht behind the back. Goes to Gosser. Gosser, cutter. This is Metzger. Lays it up and in. Nice. Metzger has 6 of the 13 points. It's a 2-point game, 15-13.
He's taking him down inside and getting a one-on-one game in there, and they can't handle him.
They're beating him to the hole.
Outside Rocky, can't get it. Rebound Liebrecht, and the Musketeers want to run. Spin move, Liebrecht back to Metzger for 3. Yes! Metzger, the 6'3" junior, gives Fort Jennings the lead. 16-15, lone zone scoreboard.
That's 9 big points for Metzger already.
9 of the 16. Outside Odenweller. Now he gives it up to McCormick. Baseline, throws it away, and St. John's gets it back. Down to 26 seconds. Rocky Klaus looks at the clock. Goes down to Odenweller, who puts it up and misses. Rebound, Fort Jennings. And Matt Metzger also averaging 7 rebounds a game. 13 seconds. Outside 3, no! Rebound. Delphos St. John's with 6 seconds. Here comes Klaus, needs help. Throws it cross court. This is Odenweller, and there is going to be a turnover against Delphos St. John's with 0.4 of a second. In come 3 fresh Jays. Martz, Morris, and Fisher. Liebrecht trying to get the basketball. And they will lob it down low. It's up.
Oh, what a great play.
Wait a minute. Heard a whistle. Did they call it? Okay.
What a great play that was.
What a pass.
We have played 8 minutes of basketball here from the Elida Fieldhouse. Our score after 1. It is Fort Jennings 16, the Blue Jays 15. Second quarter action coming up next on Fox. told you there's some of these players from St. John's and Fort Jennings named to the Northwest All-District Boys and Girls team. For the boys, here, Kevin Grodhouse, a second-team member. Third team, Matt Metzger from Fort Jennings. Honorable mention to Kyle Liebrecht from Fort Jennings and Rocky Klaus from Delphos St. John. So congratulations to those guys. Let's check out our first quarter numbers with Scott Stiles.
Guys, we got some interesting stats. Delphos took 11 shots, made 7, 64% from the field. Fort Jennings, 7 for 13. They got off 13 shots, 54%. The reason they got more shots from the field is they out-rebounded them 6-3. Turnovers, Fort Jennings with 5, Delphos with 4. Three-point shooting from the arc, 2 for 4 for Fort Jennings, 1 for 1 for Delphos. Nobody shot a free throw, 16-15.
Fisher misses the 3. Rebound Gosser, and here come the Musketeers, led by Kyle Liebrecht. Goes back to Utrip to Liebrecht. Just underway second quarter. Ball stripped from Grodhouse, loose on the floor, and it's out of bounds to St. John's.
Fort Jennings hasn't spread out like we've seen it before sometimes. They got that middle awful jammed up for their driving game.
Fort Jennings shoots 51% from the field, 68 from the line, and 36 from behind the arc. St. John's 42 from the field, 60 from the line, and 29 from behind the arc. And here's a try, and it's batted away. Aaron Utrip. Just think how many times these guys have played pickup basketball with each other, Bob.
They all know each other real well.
All the way down from the former Bob Arnzen basketball camps, all the way up to this ball game here. Rocky Klaus gets 2 more points. He's got 8. Back to a Blue Jay lead at 17-16.
Fort Jennings just went into a 2-3 zone to start this quarter.
Outside Grodhouse. Kevin Grodhouse, the 5'11 senior. He's got his first 2.
Well, if you watch, Fort Jennings does a much better job of driving from the wings and getting open than they do from out on top. Blue Jays can't jam them as quick.
Martz in trouble, has to go back to Fisher. Fisher, the cutters, Klaus puts it up and in. Rocky Klaus with a great catch, and he put it in for his 10th point.
Boy, they're sticking the ball inside. They're going to hunt for that pivot man.
19-18, St. John's back on top. Another lead change. Got a foul. Too close a defense played by the Jays.
Well, he had 5 lead changes in this game already.
Let's check out our foul situation. We've only had 3 fouls called in this whole first half so far, and they are all against Delphos St. John's.
That foul brings Hershey back into the game. He's a nice 3-point shooter.
Utrip looking for Metzger. Instead, he tosses it up for 3. Can't get it. Rebound. Back up and in. Jesse Ricker off the bench, the 6-foot junior who averages 2, has 2, and Jennings back on top by 1, 20-19.
Looks like Ricker got away with the push on Morris there. Morris kind of got pushed forward, and Ricker got the rebound, put it back in.
This is Hershey, as Bob said. He'll take those 3s, but I think it was partially blocked. Here comes Kyle Liebrecht. Wanted to move, but he lost the handle. Back the other way, Rocky Klaus lays it up and in. Rocky's got 12 of the 21 points, and St. John's takes the lead 21-20.
Looks like Rocky came to play tonight.
Rocky comes to play every night. Got another foul, offensive variety against Fort Jennings. And that is turnover number 8. And let's see who they're going to whistle the foul on. It is going to go against Jesse Ricker. Maybe, as Scott said, he had that push-off before. Maybe he got caught for it that time. Down to 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining second quarter. Jays lead by 1. Good first quarter so far, Bob.
Real good first quarter. I think both of them are doing what they were hoping they could do.
Hershey has his 3-pointer blocked. Second opportunity, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Metzger. It goes out of bounds.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
The Blue Jay fans thought that might have went off the Fort Jennings Musketeers.
Tough call.
The ones who were closest to the ball are sure standing up quick.
They were Blue Jay fans, oh, Bob. 21-20. St. John's has the lead. The shot by Grodhouse. Kevin Grodhouse has 4. Back to a lead for Fort Jennings. 22-21. Both coaches just watching, Bob, having some fun.
They sure are. Fun time right now.
Nothing to get excited about yet. It's a close game. Back to Martz for three. No. Rebound. Oh, there's a foul on Rocky Klaus for a push-out. Timeout is going to be called by Fort Jennings, I believe. Well, maybe they...
No, things are going good for him right now.
Well, they were signaling it for a second. So they're going to get the basketball back. That is 4 fouls against St. John's now.
What Morris is complaining about, they're really getting an elbow into his back. When he's going up, they kind of right him, Bob, and it pushes him underneath the basket and it clears him out of the way.
Yeah.
And they're getting away with it right now.
Well, both of them are shoving like heck underneath the basket. I guess that's an accepted part of basketball right now.
Handbrecht for three. No. Too strong. Rebound. Metzger, and he's fouled. I tell you, wait a minute.
They'll call it on Metzger, Carl.
Metzger is going to pick up the fouls. Just about to say that Metzger is doing a stellar job hitting the boards. Well, like I said before, he averages 7 rebounds a game. And so the clock shows 4:18 remaining, second quarter. Carl Metzger, Scott Stiles, and Hall of Fame coach Bob Arnzen bringing it all to you. District championship, the winner to advance to the University of Toledo. Here comes Rocky, bounce pass, layup, no good. Rebound, Fort Jennings. Here comes Liebrecht.
Oh boy.
Looking inside, and there's a steal. Back the other way. This is Brian Clark, who puts it up and in. Wow, what a shot by Clark with a defender right there.
That's a freshman also.
23-22. Blue Jays, their turn to take the lead, at least for a couple of seconds. Here comes Grotehouse. He likes that fall away. This time he comes up short. Jeff Fisher with the basketball. Biggest lead for St. John's has been 4. Clark with 3. No. Rebound. Oh. And they're going to nail Ryan Morris with that foul. Or tackle, whatever you want to call it.
That's a tough foul. That is a foul, but it's a tough one to get that way.
Well, both of them were going for the basketball, and the official just happened to pick the bigger guy. And we're going to have a 20-second timeout. 20-second timeout to talk things over and let these guys get a rest. And again, that gives me a chance to remind you that the winner of this one is going to advance to the regional tournament at the University of Toledo. They will play the Napoleon District winner on Tuesday. That's March the 14th at 6:30 p.m. We'll get our brackets out here and we'll check out some of those teams still alive in that Napoleon District. Also should mention that tomorrow night, 11 o'clock, we'll bring you the Mansfield Senior and Lima Senior basketball game. Then Sunday at 4:30 in the afternoon, a special presentation. Delphos St. John Blue Jay girls up against Hopewell Loudon, the winner to go to state. And they're going to be playing at the Schottenstein Center for the first time.
Beautiful place to play a game.
Metzger, easy 2 points after the fake. I still like St. John Arena, Bob.
Well, it's a little homier, but this is going to satisfy all the people that want to ever go see a game. There were too many sellouts in St. John's Arena.
Fort Jennings with the lead. This is Martz, dishes it off in the paint. 2 points for Klaus.
Jeff Klaus.
Jeff Klaus in the ball game now. Don't usually see Jeff this early, Bob.
I see him a lot of times, 8 o'clock in the morning going to school. He's my neighbor.
6'3" senior. This is Grotehouse with St. John's on top by 1, 25-24. Down low, Metzger stolen away, and then out of bounds. Nice hustle by Martz. I'd like to thank Grotehouse Construction of Fort Jennings, Jim Dickman, your Allstate insurance agent in Delphos, Von Sossen Contracting of Fort Jennings, and the Ottoville Bank Company in Ottoville.
Here's that switch again, Carl. Rocky's going to be playing pivot down in here.
Look at the rebound by Metzger. Matt Metzger's got 13 of the 26 points. And Fort Jennings back on top. You keeping track of the lead changes there, Scott?
Yes, that's 11, Carl.
11 lead changes. March down low to Klaus. Klaus, so got it. No, they're going to say it.
Oh, boy.
They're going to say an offensive foul.
Said he hooked him.
Rocky with an offensive foul, and that is going to be his second personal foul.
That's a big foul, number 2 on him.
The Blue Jay fans are going nuts. And they're letting the officials know of their disapproval, and there's another foul. Jeff Fisher picks up the foul, and now Fort Jennings is in the bonus for the final 1:59. If they call a foul on Fort Jennings, the Blue Jay fans are going to go wild.
What they said down here is when Rocky made a move on the baseline, he used his free arm to kind of hook the defender away from him and cleared his way. That was a tough call.
And at the foul line is Kyle Liebrecht. Kyle this season is shooting 62% from the line. First shot is no good. Rebound, Klaus. That's Jeff Klaus. St. John's with a chance to take the lead. Martz passes up the 3. Klaus wants it, and he comes up short. Rebound comes to Fort Jennings. Here comes Liebrecht, and he lays it in. 28-25. Fort Jennings on top. Everybody in this place is going nuts.
Both sides are standing and screaming.
Fisher down low to Morris. Nice assist by Jeff Fisher.
What a pass that was. That's a tough pass down that baseline.
28-27. Fort Jennings still on top. Kyle Liebrecht gives it up to Grotehouse. Grotehouse wants it from long range. Inside the arc for 2. That's a tough shot. Kevin Grotehouse has 6.
There's been a lot of shots in here that are tough tonight. These kids are drilling that basketball.
30-27. Fort Jennings on top. Whoever wins this game is going to be a great representative of this district. Look at that move by the freshman. Clark, Brian Clark.
He has no fears of a little freshman in high school.
Bob, does it get any better than this?
Oh, this is great living right here.
30-29.
It's better than a pontoon boat.
Oh, I don't know about that, but this is awful good.
25 seconds remaining. Second quarter. Musketeers up by 1. Over to Liebrecht, and what do we got? An offensive foul?
Martz.
Nope, they're going to call it against the defense. Usually away from the ball, they've been nailing the offensive guys a lot lately. Not just in this game, a lot of games we've seen.
These guys are pretty consistent. They're calling a lot of that hand checking real close.
Bonus time for Matt Metzger. He's shooting 68% from the line. And he nails it. 2-point lead for the Musketeers.
Well, you got to give high school kids a lot of credit. With all these fans in here and all the noise, and they got to keep their composure out there on the floor. They're doing a good job.
Yep. Second shot is good as well. 3-point lead for Fort Jennings with 18 ticks remaining. Full court pressure defense. Jays trying to break it. Hershey behind the back, double team. Gets it to Morris with 10 seconds. And it's knocked away by Utrip. And St. John's will have 7 seconds to work with. Martz will be the trigger man. He gets it in with 6 seconds. This is Clark, puts it up in the paint, can't get it. Rebound Utrip. With no time on the clock, they will not get a shot off. We've played 16 minutes of high school basketball for this district championship game, as the Blue Jay fans are letting the officials know about their opinions of their first half here from the field house. 32-29, Fort Jennings on top. We'll have our halftime show coming up next on Fox. Welcome back to the field house. We have one half in the books, and it's like we expected, a very good basketball game here from Elida. The district championship game. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Got some of our delicious drinks and beverages from our fine friends here at the Elida Fieldhouse. Wasn't going to give Styles one. Just looked right by you, didn't he, Scott?
I'm going to have to drop him.
Halftime show being brought to you by our good friends at Van Dyne Crotty of Delphos. Van Dyne Crotty, uniforms that work. Well, let's check out our first half numbers, the individual numbers, and we'll go to Coach Bob Arnzen.
Okay, Carl, great first half here. For Fort Jennings, Kyle Lieberach has 4, Kevin Grodehouse 6, big 15 points for Matt Metzger. He's playing great basketball first half. Scott Gosser has 3, Jesse Ricker has 2, and 2 for Aaron Utrum. For the Blue Jays, Brian Clark has 4, John Odenweiler 2, 2 for Jeff Klaus, Rocky Klaus, the leader in scoring for the Blue Jays with 12, Craig Hershey 3, and 6 for Ryan Morris. Great first half, 32-29. Favor of Fort Jennings.
We'd like to say congratulations to some of our local teams who will continue on through the tournament. Delphos St. John's girls, the Holgate girls, Marion local girls, the Jackson Center girls. How about Shawnee and Van Wert, Coach? Who would have thought that Dave Freilic's Van Wert Cougars would be in the position they're in right now?
You know, I talked to him a couple times during the season, and he said they were so close to being good, but they couldn't put 4 quarters together. Looks like they found out how to do that.
Congratulations to Bluffton and LCC. They'll be playing for the district championship from, again, Napoleon coming up on Saturday night. Going to take a 30-second timeout. When we return, Scott will check our team numbers right after this. Check out our team numbers now with Scott Stiles.
After one half, Delphos shooting 14 out of 27, 52%. Jennings shooting 14 out of 24, 58%. Rebounds, Jennings really killing them on the boards, 9-4. Turnovers, Delphos with 5, Jennings with 9. Three-point shooting, Delphos 1 for 6 from the three-point arc, 17%. Fort Jennings 2 for 7 for 29%. Jays didn't get to the line in the first half. Jennings did. They were 2 for 3, 67%. Lone zone scoreboard, 32-29. Jennings out in front. We had 13 lead changes in the first half, expecting the same out of the second half.
Well, if it gets any better than this, well, at least we hope it will. Second half could be a lot better. Who knows?
You betcha.
The winner is going to advance to the University of Toledo to take on the winner from the Napoleon District. Halftime score 32-29. We'll have third quarter action coming up next on Fox. Well, Bob, you got your seatbelt on. We're ready for quarter number 3.
We're going to see what the 2 team adjustments they might have made for the half. I don't think either one of them has to make any.
Yeah, what do you really say if you're both coaches in the locker room at the half? Because really, it's been a pretty good first half.
Well, somehow the Blue Jays got to stop the penetration of Fort Jennings.
Greg Marquette walked out, and I was coming back across the court, and he winked at me. He goes, "Was it that bad?" I said, "Nah." I said, "Don't expect any Christmas cards from Delphos this year, though." He started laughing.
We had a big debate whether it was Greg Marquette or Jim Marquette at the half.
Is it Greg?
We've determined it's Greg.
Well, let's just sell it this way. It's Scott Marquette's son.
Yeah. Got that right.
Rebound Metzger after the miss. Fort Jennings has a 3-point lead, 32-29. We are in the third quarter.
Good ball movement by Fort Jennings.
Liebrecht with a spin move. Now they get it over to Gosser. Gosser looking for some help, and he throws it away. Here comes Martz working against Grodehouse. Gives it up to Fisher for 2. Jeff Fisher makes it a 1-point game, and Jeff's got his first 2 points of the game.
Carl Martz isn't really shooting the ball a lot like he's been scoring last 2 games, but he's doing great things on defense right now, helping his team.
There's the fake, the shot by Grodehouse, and that's what they do best, Bob.
That's when Fort Jennings plays best, when they stay spread out and forget about anything in the middle. Just go to that hole.
34-31.
You can get the Blue Jays in a one-on-one defense then.
Down on the baseline to Morris. Skip pass. Odenweiler. Baseline, yes. John Odenweiler has himself 4 points.
That's good ball fake.
Fort Jennings moving the basketball around to Metzger. Metzger's got 15. What a good first half he had. Grodehouse wants 3. No, it was in and came out. Here come the Blue Jays, down by 1. Trying to take the lead on this possession. Rocky Klaus is going to come up short. Really didn't have his feet set for that shot.
That's not a high percentage shot for Rocky. He's got to take a little more time than that.
Liebrecht looking for Metzger, finds him. Good defense by Odenweller. Metzger's just going to put it up and miss. Rebound, Odenweller to Fisher. Here comes Fisher all the way down the floor, looks for the shot, passes it off to Rocky, whose shot's blocked, and he puts it back in. He hung with it, as he usually does, and St. John's takes the lead. Rocky's got 14. It's time for the Blue Jay fans to go wild.
Carl, I think last time down floor, he stepped on a foot. Rocky's limping a little bit, so watch that.
Oh, nice shot by Aaron Utrip. John Von Sossen finally gets up off the bench. Saw his team down by a point, shouts out some encouragement. John's been in the Fort Jennings program for 40 years.
You know, there's not a player on Fort Jennings you can lay off of. Every one of them can shoot inside and outside.
There's that skip pass to Martz, and he skips it right back to Odenweller. No. Rebound, Fort Jennings. They've got the 1-point lead. Fast break down the floor to Gosser for 3. No. Rebound.
Oh,
nice job by Odenweller. Here comes Fisher. Down low to Morris, and bucket, and the foul. And Morris got position, and there was no way, once he put the behind out, that they were going to stop him.
He's a wide body. You get it down deep like that, you can't stop him. You just got to hope to contain him.
That was his Charles Barkley move.
Get the booty in the way and pull up power.
And Ryan's going to go to the line to shoot a free throw with the Jays on top now by 1.
16th lead change, Bob.
The game could go like this, right to the wire. What would Al McGuire say?
Last shot must go through if you're going to be a winner.
That's the Jays' first free throw attempt of the night.
And a big confidence builder for Ryan on that free throw. And we got a foul against St. John's underneath. I think they got Odenweller. With St. John's up by 2, Craig Hershey is going to come back into the Blue Jay lineup. Nate Klaus is in there, the freshman for St. John's, number 14. And John Odenweller is going to take a seat.
That was number 3 foul on Odie.
In the paint, Roadhouse. He won't get it, but he'll go to the line. And the Blue Jay fans, again, can't believe that call.
Well, go ahead, Bob.
He's tough to guard. He's got those quick moves, and he makes it tough for anybody.
What makes it hard on that call, Bob, is the guy farthest away from the play is the one that called the foul. That's why everybody's upset.
Yeah. I don't think there's any argument on that. That's a good call.
Foul shot by Grodhouse is missed, and Kevin's going to get another one. He's an 85% free throw shooter. He was kind of surprised he missed it. And that one he nails. 1-point game again, 38-37. St. John's on top. They get it into Klaus. Nate working against that 2-2-1 three-quarter court defense by the Musketeers. They're in trouble, and there's the 10-second call.
John Von Sossen threw that in out of a clear blue sky. Totally surprised the Blue Jays. They got a 10-second call out of it.
And so it's a turnover. That is turnover number 12 for St. John's.
Oh, I'm sorry, 7, Carl.
7.
I gave you the wrong number.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Liebrecht puts it up, can't get it. Rebound, Morris. Here come the Jays. This is Klaus. Dribbles in traffic and a foul.
That's a tough call.
That's a real tough call.
That's 2.
A lot of tough calls tonight, Bob.
That tough call. The dribbler dribbled right in front of the defensive man. Puts a monkey on the referee's head.
And so the St. John Blue Jays will get it side out. Martz inbounds, gets it into Hershey, to Klaus. Down to 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's 38-37 St. John's. 2 fouls on both teams in this third quarter. There's a nice pass to Rocky.
Oh boy.
Count it. Woo.
Pretty nice
good.
shot.
and Rocky is going to go to the foul line.
Boy, he used that left hand well, Bob.
Boy, did he hold him off of that.
Rocky is shooting 75% from the charity stripe this year. And St. John's has a 3-point lead. If Rocky makes this one, it will equal the biggest lead of the night for St. John's. I'd like to thank some of our friends making it possible we're here tonight. First National Bank of Ottawa, Better Builder Supply, Fort Jennings and Bluffton, the Fort Jennings State Bank, Wright State University Lake Campus, and the Central Soya Company, 234 South Jefferson in Delphos. Tomorrow morning, we're going to get up about 6 o'clock, and we're going to go on the road. We're going to head to the University of Toledo to do the game between Lima Senior and Mansfield Senior. You going to be in it by then, Bob?
I'll be up by that time. Boy, I haven't been up that early in a long time.
Actually, we're going up tonight.
We are. Going to go along tonight, Bob. Might be that big snowstorm coming in.
I wouldn't mind. What time we leave it?
Right after
that's
this.
Good. 41-37. Jay's up by 4. Back the other way, the 3. Gosser knocks it down.
Boy, is that a big basket.
Scott Gosser's got 6.
That's his second big 3.
And a lot of his threes just sets up, spots up, and just lets it go. Just like at the park, Bob.
Both these teams are playing great basketball right now.
Morris too strong. Rebound Klaus. That's his 3rd foul. Rocky Klaus has 17 points. You take him out here, Bob?
They're going to take him out. Jeff Klaus is going to come in a ball game. There's a long way to go in this ball game.
And he's already got 3.
Coach Norris gets a chance to see how the game will go without him. He'll leave him out probably as long as he can, as long as the game's going good.
Well, they're ahead right now. Let's mark that down. 3:22 mark. 41-40 our score. The Rock leads. See what Fort Jennings can do. There's the 3. No. Short by Utrip, and here come the Jays and Fisher. Down the floor to Clark. Remember the game earlier this year we saw St. John's play where a lot of their guys came out and the second team came in for like 4 minutes or so and held their own.
Oh yeah, that was a Lincoln View
game. That's right, Bob.
We're 3-0 with the Blue Jays, Carl.
Is that right?
LCC,
Lincolnville, and Lincolnview.
Bob, I remember, and I know a lot of coaches don't like that total substitution when the whole team comes out, but John Ellis, your old buddy, used to do that once in a while too.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
No.
Most people don't have 10 players they can trust like that.
That's true.
Frank Minning used to do that at Delphos Jefferson. There's the pass to Klaus, can't handle it. Here comes Fort Jennings trailing by 1. That's their 8th turnover for St. John's. And there's a turnover for Fort Jennings. That's turnover number 12.
They're doing pretty good having Grodhouse out here.
Martz. If you remember last year, Fort Jennings went all the way to the regionals, lost to Edgerton and Coach Steve Lamberson. We had that game right here on Fox. Baseline Fisher, and he's out of control, loses the ball.
That could have been a charging foul there.
Sure could have.
Approaching the 2-minute mark. 41-40 still. Here comes Liebrecht for the layup, and there's a foul. Kyle Liebrecht is going to be fouled by Jeff Klaus. Fort Jennings goes back on top by 1.
That was quite a drive there, guys, coming down the middle like that. That's why Fort Jennings has to keep the middle open. You got to keep the lane open, let him drive.
Kyle Liebrecht, a 62% free throw shooter. Chance to give his team a 2-point lead. When this game is over, we're going to go on the floor and talk to our player of the game, sponsored by Cappy's and Skyline Chili.
This is an interesting lineup right now. Doug Martz is probably going to be the point guard.
Kyle's free throw is good. Kyle's got 7 points. Matt Metzger yet to score here in the 3rd quarter. And we're down to 2 minutes. There's that 2-2-1 3-quarter court defense again, Bob.
Yeah, and I think it's been very effective for him. That brought him back from a 4-point deficit.
There's Martz. He gives it up to Odenweller, who passes up the 3. Martz
March isn't looking at the basket right now.
There's a traveling violation. Oh, wait, or is it 3 seconds? What was the call?
I think 3-second violation.
He did call 3 seconds.
Boy, that was a quick one. He didn't get the whole hand to moving, Bob. He just kind of pointed at the floor.
Yep.
If you're going to call that one, you might as well get into it like Russ Pitts. Morris is going to come back in. You got Capcar in now for St. John's. Joe Capcar, 6'6" junior. Aaron Utrip needs some help. Gives it up. Nice fake by Grodhouse, and he's fouled. That is team foul number 5 against Delphos St. John's. 3 so far against the Musketeers.
What have we had? 4 points, the biggest spread we've had tonight, I believe.
Yep, Delphos hasn't scored since Rocky went out of the game.
Well, Jennings has come from 4 down to 2 up in a very short time here.
Foul shot is no good. Again, Grodhouse at the line. And Kevin again came in shooting 85%. He's missed a couple, 2 of his last 3, I believe.
He's 1 for 3 right now.
Boy, that's very uncharacteristic of Grodhouse.
Maybe that ball just a shade heavier.
43-41. Fort Jennings on top. We're down to a minute 12 remaining, third quarter. Odenweller back to Martz, working against that zone defense. 2-3 zone.
Whoops.
Odenweller with a fake and nails it. Got the roll, and we are tied up at 43 apiece.
The Jays play much better when Fisher's playing the point guard.
Blue Jay fans come to their feet. Liebrecht needs some help, almost throws it away. Metzger finally gets a touch. Goes back out, moved by Grodhouse, and I think he got an NBA step there. 13 turnovers against Fort Jennings. They caught that one, Bob.
They caught that. I don't think everybody here heard the whistle. He called that right away.
Yep.
He took that 2 or 3 steps.
We saw a game a couple of times ago where they got away with about 4 of those.
Yep. That's what makes it hard to play.
We're down to 32 seconds, tied up at 43.
You hold for one shot here, Coacher?
Nope.
No.
Play.
I agree with you.
This is St. John's.
Stay in the flow.
Hold for the last second turnover, right, Bob?
Yep, you might as well work it. If you got a good shot, you take it. Might not get a good shot with a few seconds left.
Down to 10 seconds. This is Odenweller, who scored on the last
There's
possession.
a good 3 for that. That kid can shoot the basketball.
Down to 5 seconds. Fisher gonna look for the shot, dishes it off. It's put up and no good.
Got out of the flow of their offense.
Yeah, we got a quarter left, and we're going to start over. It is 43-43 between Delphos St. John's and Fort Jennings. Our final 8 minutes will decide who's going to go to the regional semifinals. We'll check it out after these very important words on Fox. We are back. The fans are ready for the final quarter of play between Delphos St. John's at 12-10 and Fort Jennings at 19-3. 5 team fouls against the Blue Jays, 3 against Fort Jennings. It's time to check out our third quarter numbers with Scott Stiles.
Oh, after 3 quarters, Delphos 21 for 39, 54%. Fort Jennings, 18 for 33, 55%. Rebounds, Jennings dominated the boards 14-7. Turnovers, Jennings with 13, Delphos with 10. From the arc, Delphos 1 for 10 from three-point land. Fort Jennings, 2 for 11. Tie score going into 4.
Well, this is it, folks. Final 8 minutes.
17 lead changes, 3 ties in the game.
There's a turnover against the Musketeers. Bounce pass down low, knocked away, picked up Rocky Klaus. As soon as Rocky comes back in, he makes his presence known. He's got 19 points. The Jays back on top by 2. Outside, Liebrecht. You know what, Bob? Kyle Liebrecht has got ice water in his veins.
He can flat out shoot the basketball. And you don't put many of them up either.
Pretty shot.
46-45. Kyle's got 10 points. Balanced scoring for the Musketeers. Odenweller, skip pass to Martz. He throws up a three. Too strong. Rebound Jennings. They want to run. Here comes Kyle Liebrecht. He'll pull it back. Now he's got the numbers. Gives it up to Utrip, and we got a foul against St. John's. Well, Doug Martz got smacked in the eye, and he ends up with a foul.
He's not arguing, though. He must have done something we didn't see, because he's not saying a word.
And so that is the 6th foul. That means that Fort Jennings in the bonus for the final 7 minutes and 2 seconds. Fisher leaves, and coming back in is Nate Klaus, the freshman. Liebrecht looking for some help, goes out topside. There's the 3-ball. Gosser can't hit it. Rebound, Grotehouse has it stripped. Back the other way. Rocky Klaus falls down. Are they going to call a foul on that?
Oh, yeah. Matt Metzger tripped him.
And that is the 3rd foul against Metzger. Going to have to take him out, Bob?
No. There's 7 minutes left. He ought to be able to get by without getting 2 fouls.
Rocky Klaus, that's the 4th foul against Fort Jennings. We're down to 6:50. St. John's trailing by a single point. Martz, skip pass again to the open Odenweller, and it's too strong. Rebound Jennings, and here they come. Grotehouse, Kevin Grotehouse, the senior. All seniors in this lineup except for Matt Metzger in terms of the starters. Outside, Utrip.
Well, he must have felt that one.
Aaron Utrip's got 7. 49-45. All the fans in this place coming to their feet. We've got all of Delphos and all of Fort Jennings inside the field house tonight, I think. Rocky Klaus comes back strong.
This is Rocky Klaus time. He can really play under pressure.
49-47, 21 points for Rocky. Spin move Metzger, back out he goes. This is Gosser. Liebrecht. Spin move Liebrecht, has an opening, puts it up and in. Kyle Liebrecht has 12. 51-47, we're down to 5:30 remaining. Rocky Klaus, baseline move, puts it up and in.
Rocky's on a mission right now, Bob.
He could take this game over for the Blue Jays.
He's got 23 points, 23 of the 49.
I don't know if you remember last year, he did the same thing over here last year.
Spin move, Liebrecht. Kyle Liebrecht's putting on a show.
He's a player.
Liebrecht's saying, Rocky, what you can do, I can do better.
14 points for Kyle. Here comes Klaus. Klaus has it knocked away, picks it up and puts it in.
That's a freshman.
Nate Klaus has got his first 2 points of the ball game.
They're supposed to be scared when they come in the game as a freshman, but he sure don't look like
He's
it.
too young to be scared.
53-51, Fort Jennings on top. This is Liebrecht. Working against the freshman. Outside, this one's missed. Rebound, Gosser, bounce pass. Oh yeah, shot is missed. Here come the Blue Jays. And we got a foul call. We got 2 players still down on the floor, the other end of the floor.
Metzger down here isn't feeling too good. He was holding his ankle.
That's because 240 pounds just fell on him.
Ryan Morris and Matt Metzger both get up, and we've got subs coming in.
I think we're going to get a timeout. I tell you what, both teams
better
need a
take
breather.
timeout. I need a timeout. Bob, you need a timeout?
I don't need it. I'm ready to go.
Bob is going strong. He's a thoroughbred.
Ready to go.
Well, you better be ready tomorrow, because we got a big game coming up tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock.
You talk about getting up the floor, Lima Senior and Mansfield Senior. Remember about a month ago, Bob, we were talking about the possible matchup between those two schools? It's happening.
I think Mansfield's still undefeated, aren't they?
I don't know the record, but I know they finished up the rankings at number 4 in the state of Ohio. Lima Senior, number 7.
That'd be a great game. I'll bet that ball goes up and down so fast.
And I'm looking forward to going to the University of Toledo because I understand they've made some major changes. Not in the physical facility, but in the people that run the place. And we know one thing, Bob, when we go to the University of Toledo, we were taken care of by Mr. Carter up there.
Jerry Carter.
And Jerry's not going to be taking care of us. We're not going to have any food back there in the hospitality suite waiting on us when we get there, are we? That was the fun part about it.
Didn't have to eat for 2 days.
That's right. Well, let's see what happens here. 53-51, St. John's trailing by 2. We've got 4:10 remaining on the Lone Zone scoreboard. Stolen away, turnover against Delphos St. John's. That's their 11th turnover. Thanks to the Citizens Bank of Delphos, Westridge Furniture, and CR Golf in Delphos, some of our great sponsors making it possible that we are here for this game. Nice pass to Metzger, but he can't hold on to it. A little bit behind him.
That was a tough pass to catch.
And there's foul number 7. And that means it's time for the Blue Jays to go to the line. In fact, both teams are in the bonus.
Jays are 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Jennings right now is shooting 4 out of 8, Carl. 50%.
That was just a 6th foul on Jennings.
Okay, they change it. So the next one will be the 1-and-1. Morris with the basketball. St. John's looking to tie or take the lead. Over to Fisher, down low. Rocky has his shot blocked, but there's a foul. And this time, Rocky will go to the line to shoot 2. You know, by the time all of you folks out there are watching this game, you already know the results, but we don't at this time. By the way, Rocky's shooting 75% from the line. Dick Quartercrack's team at Elida taking on Macomb tonight. And they will have a chance as Rocky misses that one to go to the regional semifinals if they beat Macomb. Minster playing St. Henry as well. And that's at Walpole. A lot of local teams still hanging in there.
Or St. Henry can match that 25 3-point.
Yeah.
Your arm's got to be tired.
Well, we got an odd number here, guys. 53-52.
Yeah, they're shooting threes. That won't stay for long.
This is Grotehouse. Back out. Utrip. Oh, man. Rocky Klaus just looks at Utrip. That's the second one that he shot over the top of him, and Rocky just shakes his head.
Well, he didn't take much time on that shot either. That probably would foul Rocky up.
Catch and throw, Bob. That's what he did.
Yep. A lot of them do that.
He can shoot the basketball.
56-52. Fort Jennings on top. This is Morris. Loses it. Rocky's got it, and we got a foul.
That's a good call. That's 4 on Metzger, though, Carl.
Oh, boy.
4 on Metzger. Had him around the wrist.
You leave him in there, Carl.
Well, you're down at 2:49. And Rocky Klaus at the line. He was 1 for 2 at his last time up there. Remember, when this is over, we have no idea who it's going to be yet, but we're going to be talking to our player of the game, sponsored by Cappies and Skyline. Foul shot's good. Jeff Grotehouse, Bob, provided us with some real neat T-shirts from Skyline Chili. We got to wear it out.
Be nice to be over Skyline right after this game.
Rocky gets the first one and the second. Rocky has 26 points. 56-54. This is anybody's game. Just like our game last night between LCC and Wayne Trace. At least in being close.
Boy, grab that handle on that basketball.
Well, Jays had great pressure backcourt, Bob.
Liebrecht needs help. Finds Grotehouse to Gosser. To Metzger. Metzger has an opening, puts it up, and nails it. And there is his first 2 points of the second half. They shut him down until the 2:17 mark. 58-54. Jennings on top. Ball knocked away. It's a save. Brett Norris is hot. He said the ball went out of bounds. The official was right there and did not make the call.
That was a good call.
And going down, the Blue Jays, and a foul against St. John's, and a technical foul against Brett Norris. The official on the backside has called a technical foul on Brett Norris. He called another one. He just called another one. They have called 2 technical fouls on Brett Norris, and this place has gone wild.
He'll get a third technical, and I don't know what they do with that. They go out at 2 more games.
Well, what happens on the second technical, Bob?
The second technical, the coach has to leave the premise, and he misses the next 2 ball games. He can't coach the next 2 if the Blue Jays win tonight.
Is that right?
That would mean a regional tournament he's out of.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. How can you make a call like that in this
now,
game?
The refs are making a mistake right now. They shouldn't be dealing with it.
In this type of emotional game, you cannot.
No.
He's done that all year. He raised his hand. He's one step on the court. You can't do that.
That's unbelievable. I don't usually make too many opinions, but I'll tell you one thing, that's unbelievable.
You can't do that.
This is at least 4. There's going to be 4 technical free throws shot.
Kyle Liebrecht at the line. Nails the first. Second shot by Kyle. Got him. 60.
Oh, now they're going to shoot 4. They're getting 4 shots.
Well, Bob, there was a foul.
This is 6 shots.
There was a foul first, and that's the 1-and-1.
That's what he just made.
Now he's got the 2 technical fouls.
Oh, this is a 6-point play, possibly.
This is, wow. I have never seen this.
After the game is over, I'll tell you about one like that, but not right now.
I've been broadcasting basketball now for 20 years, and I have never seen that happen. I started when I was 2.
Basketball. What? Take you out of kindergarten?
You were coaching when I saw it happen.
Oh, you did that to us at Minden, huh? 62-54. This exchange is wild.
I mean, everybody's just stunned right now. Even John's stunned.
Everyone's shaking their heads as Roadhouse nails it. Al Unterbrink now taking over as head coach. And these fans for St. John's are not happy.
You just can't make a call like that in an emotional game. Like, they've been uninvolved. The referees have done a good job the whole game, and all of a sudden they step in and make a call like that. That's terrible. Just a bad deal.
Well, you know, usually, guys, when our local officials do games, Bob, they know all the coaches, and
well, it
doesn't happen.
You pretty well know what you can do with certain officials, and they bring in a strange guy. We don't know what was said, guys.
Well, even if something was said, he couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just an antic that he did.
Well, now Fort Jennings gets the ball as well. 63-54, we're down to 1:50. Oh! There's a foul against Morris on Kevin Grodehouse. And Morris will go to the line to shoot, Grodehouse will go to the line to shoot 2. They are in the double bonus. What a strange game. I mean, this game was flowing along so well. Lead changes going back and forth until that point. And now it's just gotten out of control. 64-54.
You just don't like to see something like that happen.
No matter what team we're covering, you just don't want to see it.
Nope. That was 3 points on that.
Yep. Shots missed, though. Rebound by Fort Jennings and another foul.
Call travel, Carl.
Well, I'm sorry. I was used to the fouls being called, so. Here comes Rocky with the basketball. He shoots 3, and it goes out of bounds. The winner of this one going to the University of Toledo. And at this point right now, with 1:39 remaining, it doesn't look good for Delphos St. John's. Looks real good for the Musketeers. Liebrecht gets it into Metzger. Metzger, who has 2 points this half, after a real good first half, is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
John just gave me another wink. I think he thinks
they're in good shape.
Good shape.
And we got 5 fouls on Odenweller. He's going to have to leave the game in what could be his last game as a Blue Jay. Seniors on this St. John's team include Jeff Fisher, Doug Martz, Rocky Klaus, John Odenweller, and Ryan Morris. All starters for St. John's. You also have Scott McCormick, as that one's good. And Jeff Klaus. Fort Jennings with all senior starters except for Matt Metzger.
He's a good man to start the next year with.
Yes, he is. It's 66-54. 1:35 remaining.
There's a good move by John. He took Metzger out just in case.
Yep. You don't want to pull a University of Cincinnati.
That was a good move. Well, he's got the 4 fouls.
Shots missed, rebound Fort Jennings. And the Musketeers with 1:19.
Whoa, boy.
And we have a foul.
Liebrecht didn't want that ball there.
Jesse Ricker, number 40 in the ball game for Fort Jennings.
Last time Delphos scored, guys, was at the 4:04 mark of this 4th quarter. But 18 lead changes tonight, 3 ties.
Foul shot is short by Liebrecht. Kyle has 16 points. He's been the spark plug tonight for the Fort Jennings Musketeers. Got it. 67-54. 17 points for Kyle. Fisher in trouble, double team, gets rid of it. Rocky Klaus for 3, no. Rebound Jennings. And
wow, bugging.
Let's see, they got another foul called. And Fort Jennings is going to go to the line. Kyle Liebrecht going to shoot 2 more. Kyle will miss the first one. Kyle's going to get another. One minute and 2 seconds remaining. Kyle will make this one. 68-54. Martz, right wing. Klaus puts up the 3. Got it. 68-57 with 52 seconds remaining. And I should say Clark. Brian Clark's got 7 points. Well, 52 seconds remaining. St. John's trailing on the lone zone scoreboard. I'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors, Canadian Sons Plumbing and Heating, your local Ottawa Oil Shell Station, and I&K Distributing, some of our great sponsors making it possible. How about the Carriot Party Shop in Ottawa? Jeff Ducey and the gang. We also would like to thank our good friends from the Carrie Gin, Craig and Sandy, and what was it, Joel Weekert?
Yeah, you got it.
Made our taco salad for us. Appreciate that. And we've got another foul, and it's going to be a 2-shot foul with 51 seconds remaining. Well, the Fort Jennings Musketeers looking to go to the University of Toledo.
They've earned it tonight, Carl. They played a great basketball game.
Well, I still would like to have seen what would have happened if those technical fouls would not have been called, because this game was just back and forth. Only a 4-point game at that point. The winner of this one is that Liebrecht again? Yep, fouls at the line one more time. The winner of this one goes to play on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday at 6:30. Can you make it, Bob, if we do that game?
I can do her.
6:30 game. Scott, you free?
I'm there, Carl. All over.
You have to work that night?
Oh, yeah, we'll make it back.
No, we won't.
Rocket ship,
I'm not
baby.
driving back 70 miles an hour again. Second shot, good. 20 points for Kyle. 70-57, and Fort Jennings is going to advance. Nate Klaus gives it up to Clark, misses the shot, rebound, back out behind the arc. This is Hershey, who throws it up, can't get it. Rebound Rocky, who puts it up and in. And another timeout called by St. John's. That's 28 points for Rocky Klaus. Well, Bob, it's been a strange one. I think this is the strangest game we've had in 7 years.
Yeah, that was a big turnaround with those technicals. But if you take those 4 points away when that happened, that would still be a 5-point lead that Fort Jennings would have had at that time. I don't think we can put the whole emphasis of this last part of the ball game on that technical foul.
The only bad thing, Bob, is such a well-played game by both. I mean, these kids laid their heart out on the court.
Yeah.
And for it to be signed like that, it's just really, not to take anything away from Fort Jennings. I mean, they played a heck of a basketball game tonight.
But I don't think it was decided like that. I'd hate to put that monkey on Brett Norris's head that the game was decided like that by him.
Well, no, I don't think it has anything to do with Brett. I think it's just the way the officials called the technical. I mean, just something you're not used to seeing.
But see, we didn't see anything, guys. We don't know what happened. I don't like to see refs call technical fouls. I think that. Well, I
like
think
to see refs call anything.
I
right?
think sometimes that builds up. And if they'd have called that maybe earlier when they got mad at the coach, it might not have had to come at this stage of the ball game.
Well, I feel sorry for Brett, too, having to set out and not see the end of this game. He's done an outstanding job with his team this year.
He sure has.
Jeff Fisher will leave. He's a senior. Ryan Morris will leave. He's a senior.
We've got to get Rocky out here.
Yeah.
He'll get a great applause.
With 23 seconds remaining, this is Kyle Liebrecht, who's been living at the line the last couple of minutes. 72-59. Martz wants the three. No, comes up short. Rebound. Clark misses the shot. Down to 13 seconds.
Good call.
And now we will probably see Rocky come out of the game. No. 13 seconds, he'll stay in. They get it back out to Hershey. Martz for the NBA three. It's off. Rebound Jennings. 8 seconds. They're going to let the clock run out. Down to 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. This game is over. Fort Jennings Musketeers will advance to the regional semifinals as they have knocked off the Delphos St. John Blue Jays here tonight. Final score, Fort Jennings 72, St. John's 59. Postgame show coming up next on Fox.
Hey, welcome back to the Elida Fieldhouse. Our ball game is over, and the final score, Delphos St. John's losing to Fort Jennings tonight. Final score 72-59. Time for our post-game show, sponsored by Skyline Chili and Cappies. Our player of the game tonight is this guy standing right here to my right, Kyle Liebrecht. Kyle tonight with a total of 21 points. First of all, congratulations, Kyle.
Thank you.
Big game for you guys. Of course, this is the rematch from last year, and you knew coming to this one was going to be a tough one because St. John's wanted to beat you, and they wanted to beat you bad. And it went all the way down to the fourth quarter until a big turning point there where a foul was called. You guys up by a few points, a couple technical fouls, and from that point on, it was all Fort Jennings.
Yeah, this is a big game. Whenever we play St. John's, I mean, we don't get the opportunity too much, and when we do play them, we want to show them what's up. And The last 3 years, we beat them twice now out of the last 3, and it's always a good thing to beat St. John's.
What's going through your mind? Because you put on a couple of good moves here tonight. It looks like you really wanted to take the ball and take it to the basket.
Yeah, well, they put the freshman in there, number 14, and he's not as good a defender as Fisher. So we just decided to take it right to him.
And you're going to the regionals, buddy. How's it feel?
Feels pretty good. Going to try to go to state this year.
Okay, buddy, we got a T-shirt for you from Mr. Grodehouse from Skyline Chili. Take that, baby. Hold it up for us, Kyle. Player of the game, sponsored by Cappies and also Skyline Chili. And on the back, World Wide Web, they'll see your picture all over the world. You have people emailing you from all over the place, Kyle. Congratulations. Keep it going, okay? We'll see you next Tuesday. Kyle Liebrecht, our player of the game. You guys want to show that trophy real quick while you got it? Hold that up over here. Hold it up here. Hold the trophy up. We got Scott Gosser. And you know, might as well talk to Scott real quick, because if you remember the last game, you could have been standing here if we'd have done that Perry game, because you were knocking down some pretty big threes in that game.
Yeah, I was getting pretty lucky, I guess. I don't know. I think I could have threw one up from half court and it would have won in.
How's it feel, buddy?
Feels pretty damn good.
Yeah, where you guys go and celebrate tonight, okay?
Where are we going to go?
Stay out of trouble. I don't care where you go. Just go do it, okay?
We
Have
will.
fun. We'll see you next week. We'll take time now to talk to the winning coach, and he's got a little medal here that even says coach on it. You say that's the first time all year you've been called coach, huh?
Well,
what else do they call you?
I get. Well, most of the time, I guess, when you win 20 basketball games, they call you coach. But you know, Bob's been through that too. Sometimes they don't recognize that. And I really don't care what they call me, because I just got a great group of kids that really don't even need a coach, the way it looks to me.
That's not true.
Well, let's talk about this one, John, because this is a strange one. Bob and I are talking, Scott talking about this game up to that point in the fourth quarter, everything back and forth. How many lead changes, Scott?
18 and 3 ties.
18 lead changes. It looked like it was going to be one of those Al McGuire comments where it's all going to have to come down the last shot, and the last shot must go through. But then what a strange turn of events there with a foul, and then 2 technical fouls called against Brett, and then from that point on, it was all you guys.
Well, you know, we usually, I think if you followed us all year, we make those runs. We can make an 8-10-0 run, and I said we'll take that 8-10-0 run, 8 to 10 points in a row. We got it in that scenario right there, and they helped us a little bit. But let's don't forget, Utrip stepped up and hit 2 big threes about that same time and kind of got us a little momentum. But, we just kept telling our kids, hang in there, because we'll make a run. We're going to make a run sooner or later. And thanks to them, a little bit of help, we got that run, and that was the difference in the ball game.
Now, we didn't get a chance to talk about it much, but that the team from Napoleon, the districts there, when you guys go to the University of Toledo, what kind of teams you're matching up against?
Well, Stryker and Eden's playing up there tonight, and I haven't heard who won. Or I've talked to some people. We scouted them last Tuesday night, looked at both of them, and Stryker, they split during the year. Stryker, they seem to think, the coaches up that way seem to think that they may come out of there. They're basically junior team. They have a big kid in the middle. And I got different reports. Some say they like to get up and down the floor. Our scouting report doesn't say that. But at this point in time, I don't know if it makes a whole lot of difference. You just have to go play. And our kids are playing with a lot of heart right now. And that's the name of the game. We wanted to get there, and once we get there, we'll take care of that if we can.
Well, let's hear some of the golden words from Bob Arnzen.
John, I was impressed tonight with your kids, the way they spread the court. Anytime you spread the court, you got a good shot. If they jammed it, they weren't near as effective. But it was really impressive. The St. John's kids a lot of times had good position on them. Your guy ducked that shoulder, beat him with the shoulder, and came with an easy shot or passed off for an easy shot.
You taught him that, didn't you, John?
Well, I don't know if I taught him everything, but, that's been our plan of attack with him. We try to stay out of off the baseline, out of the corners with him, unless we're going to go there and shoot. And we got a couple kids that like to go down there and shoot. Gosser's one of them. And we tell them, if you're going down there, you better look to shoot. Otherwise, we want to keep that middle open. We want to attack. That's 3 years in a row, really. We didn't get it done 3 years ago, but we want to attack the middle because they overplay so much. And as I scouted them, I thought fundamentally, and I'm not knocking their fundamentals, but I thought they got just a little bit out of what they want to do. Their inside foot was so high, and I've got some pretty good penetrators, and I told them for 2-3 days, guys, when that foot's up, you got to attack it. You attack it, and they're giving you the inside, and that's when they come up with that inside foot high. I thought we had a chance to get by them, and I think we did that numerous times in the game.
What paid off then, after they beat them, your other guys were spread out far enough, they took the help man out of the way.
That's exactly right, and we ran some stuff. You know, we've got just late in the year here when we got to tournament time, we put in some clear outs where we cleared that out. You know, we played all year without isolating Metzger and Groothouse, and it just comes to, it's the time of the year when you have to do those things.
Well, we're going to let you go, John. 83 years of experience right here between me. We had Dick Quartercracks in here and Fran and all the guys, and we have all kinds of years.
Well,
Congratulations,
I'm
John.
as old as John, that's all I can.
I just wish I could take Bob's knowledge and his experience next week to Toledo with me, and maybe we could get done what these kids would dearly love to do.
Right. Well, we'll see you on Tuesday, John. Congratulations and enjoy this one, okay?
Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.
John Von Sassen, head basketball coach for the champions from the district. Bob, let's run down our individual numbers first of all.
Carl, for Fort Jennings, Kyle Liebrecht, player of the game, got 21. Kevin Groothouse had 13. Matt Metzger had 19, 15 of those in the first half. 6 for Scott Gosser, 2 for Jesse Ricker, and 10 for Aaron YouTube, who hit 2 big threes in the fourth quarter. For St. John's, Brian Clark, little freshman, came off the bench and hit 7. Nate Klaus had 2. Jeff Fisher 2. 6 for John Odenweller, 2 for Jeff Klaus. Rocky Klaus bowed out in great fashion tonight with 28 big points. What a show he put on. Craig Hershey had 3. Ryan Morris had 9. Absolutely great ball game. Everything I believe we expected it to be. And congratulations to both teams.
And we'd like to say congratulations to St. John's. They bow out of the tournament with a record of 12-11. Great job by Brett Norris and these kids this year. Congratulations to them. Fort Jennings advances as they are now 20-3. Let's find out how the team numbers went.
Delphos shot 27 for 54 from the field, 50%. Fort Jennings 24 for 41, 59%. Fort Jennings out-rebounded Delphos 23-15. Turnovers, Fort Jennings with 18 turnovers, but their extra rebounds helped them get the extra shots off as well. Delphos had 12 turnovers. Three-point shooting, both teams were not very good from the arc. 2 for 15 for Delphos for 13%. 4 for 14 for Fort Jennings, 29%. Free throws, Fort Jennings 18 for 27. They were 13 for 18 the last 2 minutes of the ball game, 67%. 5 for 6 for Delphos for 83%. Both teams fought hard. They left their hearts on the floor. That's all you can ask out of these kids.
Okay, and again, Fort Jennings advances next Tuesday. They'll be playing at the University of Toledo against the winner from the Napoleon District, as John Von Sassen just told you. We would like to congratulate our player of the game, Kyle Liebrecht. Kyle finished tonight with a total of 21 points. Tomorrow night, we are going to be rebroadcasting the game between Lima Senior and Mansfield Senior. On Sunday afternoon at 4:30, we'll be bringing you the St. John's girls game against Holgate. Final score again in this one, 72-59, Fort Jennings, your district champions. I'd like to thank our good friends here from the Elida Fieldhouse for making our stay a hospitable one. I'd like to thank Jeff Groothouse from Skyline Chili for being with us as well. Until tomorrow from Lima Senior, that's not Lima Senior, between Lima Senior from Toledo, again, we're going to be at Toledo, between Lima Senior and Mansfield Senior. For Scott Stiles, Jeff Groothouse, and Hall of Fame coach Bob Arnzen and the Fire Fox crew, this is Carl Metzger saying so long, everyone.